Welcome back. Well, with March break right around the corner, some families may be planning time away, but what happens to your animals when you're off on vacation?
They don't just take care of themselves at home?
No,
they don't do that.
No,
they don't. So here with what we need to know about pets and travel is veterinarian Dr. Bianca Ferlisi. And wait for it, her furry friend Kai, who's a little nervous, so we're gonna just keep it a little quiet in here.
We're gonna...
Just for Kai, okay?
Yeah.
But this is Dr. Ferlisi, welcome.
Thank you.
And also welcome to Kai.
Yeah, we're so happy. I know we're doing like little finger snaps so we don't scare the dog. We're so happy that you're here, along with Kai. And I know with a lot of families, you know, when you're thinking about booking your vacation, there's so many moving parts, but what do you want families and people to keep in mind when they're booking a vacation and they also have a pet?
It can definitely be stressful when planning to travel with your pet or to make arrangements for your pet when you leave them at home through your vacation or your travel. So it's really important that we're planning ahead as much as possible. I would recommend speaking to your veterinarian and everyone else on your pet's care team, their trainer, loved ones and family members, to create a plan together.
So we're gonna be focusing on cats and dogs today. So let's talk about boarding. What are the options for our pets when we travel?
There's a lot of options nowadays. With cats in particular, it might be very tempting to leave them at home. You know, they're pretty independent, maybe have someone check in on them now again. I would recommend that even if you have the automated feeder or the automatic litter box, have someone check in on them every single day. Things can become unplugged. Cats can get stressed and hide and not eat, so you wanna make sure there's hands-on care there even at home. Or if you're worried, you can check them into a little cat hotel facility. With dogs, there's a lot more variety, ranging from having a private sitter stay in your home to having your pet on a farm where they can run around with other dogs. And then in between, you have doggy daycare as well. It's really up to you to know your pet and what would be a best fit for them, depending on their lifestyle, their stress levels, as you can see here with Kai, and make that decision based on that.
Okay, so what are you packing in their overnight bag for them then?
Well, you want to bring food and treats. I would not recommend changing things up at that point. Have enough for the time that you're away and some extra as well. Here you go. You want to have their medical records, any medications that they're on with clear written instructions as to how and when to administer those, their favorite toys, their leash, their harness, and I would even pack one of your favorite t-shirts that smells like you to provide a little bit of comfort while you're away.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And if it's your first time, the first time for your dog to be boarded at a kennel, what are some tips to make sure it's a very successful stay for them?
I would call ahead and get an understanding of what that day-to-day looks like for them and see how it matches with their current routine. And if there's anything there that stands out as unfamiliar, for example, if they'll be sleeping in a crate while they're at the doggy hotel and, you know, Kai's never been in a crate before, that's something I might work on beforehand to get her acclimated so it's not such a big change. A lot of places will even let you do a trial run, have them stay for a day or overnight, just to see how the fit goes before you commit to that long stay.
If you have a caretaker, though, who's going to be coming in maybe to take care of your pet, what do they need to know? What are the notes you need to leave for them?
I would leave a written schedule with dates, times, everything that's due. If you have a cat or dog at home, you might be woken up at the same hour every morning. You know, it's breakfast time. They're creatures of habit. So writing out exactly what that schedule looks like. Even have that person shadow you for a day so they can see, you know, where Fluffy's favorite walk path is, where the food scoop is, where the harness is, and they can get to know by doing and watching and asking questions before they're left alone.
All right, so let's talk about if you're gonna bring your pet with you on the trip. What are some important tips that we should know if we're bringing our pets with us?
Plan ahead. Plan ahead. A lot of, especially international travel, have recommendations and requirements for vaccines, dewormer, health checks, and a lot of them have specific timelines too. So as soon as you know you're traveling, talk to your veterinarian, consult the records, make sure everything is up to date accordingly. And then if you're traveling by flight, call the airline ahead so that you can see, is it accessible? Is there space on the flight for a pet? What their requirements are, so that you have all of your ducks in a row before travel day.
Okay, this is a big question, I know, for dog owners. Can you travel with your dog in the cabin, or do you have to put them in cargo in the crate?
Nobody wants to do that.
I know it happens and they're fine,
stressful.
but it's just the thing.
It's definitely stressful, and each airline is different, but typically it's going to be weight and size dependent. So smaller pets are going to be able to be stowed underneath the seat in the cabin, whereas larger pets will be in the crate, under the plane in cargo, which I know is very stressful, but there's a lot of ways to manage stress nowadays with pets, not only with chews, weighted blankets for dogs, pheromone collars. In some cases, medications are indicated.
Just to calm them.
Yeah, I would definitely not do over-the-counter human meds, though. It's tempting.
People do that.
I was like, who does that? I'm like, who's giving their dog an Ambien? No, that doesn't sound like a good idea.
But if you're tempted, if you're thinking your pet's going to be really stressed, then talk to your veterinarian. They can help talk you through some of those modes of action and managing stress.
All right, so once you've landed at your destination, what should pet owners be mindful of when their cat or dog is in a new city?
It's a new place, and with a new place comes new smells, new sounds, and it can be extra stressful. I would modify their routine. If your dog loves to run off leash at home, maybe not the best idea at first to let them off leash in a new place. You know, having a really well-fitted harness like this, Kai definitely can't slip out of that, even if she heard a very scary noise that might trigger her to try and run. And also considering microchipping your pets. It's a great way for having a backup plan. So how that works, it's a little needle that inserts a chip under the skin. It sounds kind of freaky, but connected to that is your personal information. So if your pet does get lost in a new city and they're picked up by animal control, brought to a clinic, they'll be scanned and brought home to you.
This is so great. Kai has also been very good.
Such a good dog.
Is there anything that you can show us with Kai in terms of final tips when we travel?
Final tips, as you can see, we're giving her lots of treats. She's a very food-motivated girl, and that's how we navigate her stress.
So am I.
Right? I can relate. She takes after her mom.
Give me a cookie. I'll do some stuff.
So a lot of, for Kai, positive reinforcement. Like I said, she's got a really well-fitted collar here. I've got a handle on this so I can, you know, pull her away from anything that might be stressing her out too. And the big takeaway is creating a relationship with your vet, with their trainers, with all the care team in their life, and planning as much in advance as you can to make sure it's as smooth and stress-free for the pet and also for the family as well.
Yeah, so great. Bianca, Dr. Bianca, and for Kai, thank you both for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good girl, Kai.
Thank you.
I know, look at her.
Hey there, what did you think? Drop your comments below and join the conversation. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you can find more on everything from food and fashion to pop culture and current events. See you soon.